Yeah, Mahesh.
Okay, so let's start with today's topic. Today we are going to see regarding the service entry sheet or service procurement process here. Okay, so anybody knows about what is the service procurement?
Yeah,
Mhm.
how we take the supply in the same way we will be taking the services from the vendor.
Okay,
It's two, I mean, there are multiple types of services are there, professional services
okay.
and, laying, cabling services
Mhm.
and communication services. Software also you will be considered as a service. Why?
Correct.
Because nowadays softwares are not coming in a media.
Correct.
Right. Earlier there used to be, you used to get the software in a media where it used to be considered as a supply. Now,
Correct.
since all are, paper license, electronic license, it is considered as a service.
Yeah, so we can consider it directly as IT services if softwares and all
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
into that. So under that we can manage that whatever the softwares, your technology, hardware.
One basic service procurement recently we have been met with in DMart. I want to share that.
Yeah, you can share. Yes.
Yes, this is a centralized AC servicing what we have been planning in every DMart for every quarterly one. Yeah, this is a purely example of service procurement where the PMS is going to happen, preventive maintenance schedule is going to happen. With respect to that, they will raise a query and we will raise a ticket with respect to that. With respect to that, ticket is going to hit to the vendor and againstly we are going to create a one request, the what we call as PR, the what in verbally we can talk to the vendor. So he will say so and so designated time and so and so time will be planned with respect to that. He will come to the organization and he will complete the work. Later onwards, with respect to the PO, means maintenance manager is going to give the PO number.
Correct.
And we don't create any this and all, and just we will book the settlement with respect to that. And we don't do any GR and we will settle the payment with respect to that service agreement.
Okay, you will not do any
number,
AMC kind of thing. You will pay per, per service.
Yeah, per service. Yeah, that is comes under AMC with respect to PMC. Yeah, PMS.
But
yeah, we are going to take
you are
AMC,
not paying them as a AMC services. You are paying it as an per service basis charges.
Per service basis. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Any other examples of service procurement in manufacturing?
Like example, I can give, I can add up.
Yeah, yes.
For example, service for AC, we can give that price 500 per hour, or for 2 hours like charges, we can take it.
Okay, other than these, any service procurement?
Other than free service also we can take.
Yes, go ahead.
Canteen
services. Other than
labor
canteen.
contract.
Yeah, whatever the labor contracts we are going to pay, that comes under the service procurement. Okay.
Yeah, leasing services.
Yes, definitely.
Rental services.
Yes,
definitely. And one more, most of the corporate will use the this one.
What we can
PMS.
PMS. Okay.
Print management services.
Okay. So,
where you vendor will be keeping the machines, printing machines, Xerox machine, all those things. The entire services will be taken care by them. You will be paying rental, some amount of rental and per page basis.
Correct.
How much ever you will print, based on that you will be, paying.
Correct.
For the rental, you will be having some free, for example, 500 rupees is the rental, then you will be having some 100 page free.
Okay, discounts.
Based on the rental. And apart from that, other than 100, how much ever you print, it's like per page basis you will be paying.
Okay.
The stationery will be yours, only there, consumable like cartridge, all those things. Correct. And, maintenance services will be taken care by them. There are some service providers, if it is large, they will give, the manpower also for that as a complimentary.
Definitely. Okay.
Because the person will be available in the site whenever there is some issue. You need not wait for the vendor to come. He will be available in the site and he will give. It's all how, you make the agreement, all those things.
Correct. So, anyone? Yes.
Can I add my
yes, definitely. All can add. Yes, you can add for your business.
So, firstly, in my organization, the ASM team sent us the service code. For example, if I am taking IT service,
okay.
So, firstly, we create a service code by using transition to AC02.
AC03, correct.
So, AC03, AC02, we can create the service code.
Correct.
Then, department will create a PR with that item category K and account assignment category D, and we take instead of material we take as a services. Then afterwards that PO go after a PR approval, it goes for this toward the supply chain department. And supply chain department will create a PO. Then afterward, end user will create service entry sheet, and after that, it goes for the account department for the invoicing.
Change
like that, the process happens.
Okay. So anyone can tell me what is the difference between the normal procurement and service procurement? So why SAP has given these, and what are the difference between that?
As we do not do GR in service procurement, we do service entry sheet.
Okay.
ML81.
Other than this,
we do not enter material code. We take a service code.
Okay.
And in material procurement, we do not take item category and account assignment category like that. We take it as a standard one. And in this, we have to take item category as a K and account assignment category as a D.
No, different. You are seeing item category as a D and account assignment category as a K.
Can I add here?
Yes.
Its account assignment category is not only K. There are some services where the organization will capitalize that also. For example, implementation of any new solution, and large number of new software licenses for the in the manufacturing unit, and R&D licenses and all. No, they will capitalize.
Depends on the business to business requirement.
Yeah, depend on the business requirement. It will be done. I mean, I would like to say that K will be normal. Along with that, they will use, PL.
But mostly, I also seen for the K for the consignment. So that time we are going to use the GL code and cost center. And mainly difference is that, so we are not going to keep any kind of a stock of the service. Okay.
Stock
this is
will not be
directly consume center, because we are going to put a K for the cost center. So that's why. So whatever the service entry sheet we are going to do, it is directly for the consumption only. Okay. Not for any kind of a, we are going to manage the stock of this service procurement. Okay. So step by step, let's see how to manage the service procurement process into the SAP. Okay. So first of all, we are going to create a purchase order for that. Okay. So for this, we don't require any kind of a material code here. Okay. So if you are going to manage the service master also, that is also good. If you don't maintain the service master, then also good. Okay. You can directly enter the material description there, and you can create your service purchase order here also. Okay. So let's see, we can take a both scenario, how to create the service master also, and by taking the service master number, how we are going to create the service purchase order here. Okay. So for that, so we are going to also customize the document type for the purchase order here also. Okay. So depends on the business. So they are going to customize the different document type for the service procurement also there. Okay. So business to business, it will be changed. Okay. So today we are going to refer for the standard one only here. Okay. NB, which is the standard document type for the purchase order. Okay. No issue about that. Just let me share my screen here. The screen is visible?
No.
Okay. Right now. Yeah. Okay. So we can step by step, we can see for the service procurement process here. Okay. So for the service procurement, where we are going to do, so we can follow the path directly. Also, you can enter the T code here. Okay. So where is the under the materials management here, you can see service master here. Okay. If you can go for a service master, you can go for the service. Okay. So like a material master, you can also create the service master here. Okay. It depends on your requirement. If you want to maintain the service master, it's also good. If you don't want to maintain, depends on your purely business. Okay. So I have not maintained any kind of service master before this, but I just for showing purpose, I will tell you how to maintain the service master. Okay. And what it's include to create the service master. Okay. So the T code for maintaining any kind of services, AC03 is a T code. Double click on that. Okay. This is showing previously entered service here. Okay, so if you want to create a new service master, click on the create option here. Okay, once you can click on that, definitely system is asking you the new activity number and all. Okay, so if you want to create a new services, okay, so you can just enter the description of that. Okay, so which kind of a services I want to do here. I just want to do the machine repairing. I should keep here. Okay, machine repairing. Okay, then you can just select the service category. So for what you want to do, so you can just select as per your requirements. These are the customized. Okay, so if you want to customize in a backend, you can create it. Okay, so I can just select as a general service here, and the base unit of measure is a mandatory to enter here. Okay, so which one we can select? You can select as each. This is the way how you can just manage to create the service master record. Okay, once you can enter, okay, and whatever the required data you want to put here, put it. Okay, I'm just not maintaining here. I'm just going to save. Okay, interval does not exist. Looking for this general group intro. Okay, I will just change it. Click on the create. You can select the all complete services. Please maintain the base of measurement. You can put as each. Description you can put as a machine repairing. No problem. Then click on the save. Okay, so this is the way your data record will be saved. Okay, so this is the activity number. Okay, this is the service master which we have right now created. Okay, just I can just keep just for the screenshot here. Okay, 300132. This is our service master record created for the machine. This is the service record which we have maintained for the machine repairing here. Okay, so I can just keep as a screenshot. Service master creation part here. Okay, the next process is to create the PR. Okay, depends on the business. If you want to create the PR, you can create the PR also. Okay, but right now we are going to focus directly creation part of a purchase order here. Okay, we don't go for the PR. Okay, so you can try for purchase requisition also. Okay, so the step is to create a purchase order is a normal ME21N. Okay, select the vendor for which you want to create a service purchase order here. Okay, depends if you see here. So if we can see any service PO document created or not, let's see. Okay, direct procurement, indirect procurement, service procurement. I think no one has created the customized document type for the service procurement here.
SEP, it was there.
Which one?
SEP, just check. SEP, indirect procurement, somebody has created it.
Yeah, but
Down.
we can. SIP, okay, indirect procurement is there.
I don't know about it, but somebody has.
But yeah, it is not interlinked. If we can select it, definitely we are not mapping the document type, correct? So we are not going to prefer that. We are going to use the standalone only here. Okay, later you can create a customized document type. You can assign it and you can try to practice it. Okay, so everyone knows now how to create the customized document type. Okay, so that time what you can do, assign only the item category as a service only there. Okay, other you can delete it. Got it? Okay, so we can just enter it. Okay, so here as I already told you, we don't require any kind of a material number here. Okay, so we are going to do the general services of a company. Okay, so what services comes under that? So we can just taking the changing of the light, then we can keeping as a painting operations, and then what we can say we can keeping as a housekeeping. Okay, so these are the comes under the general services of any kind of a plant there. Okay, so I'm just keeping short text as general servicing. Okay, so before that, I'm just tell you here for the service procurement process, we don't keep any kind of a material number. Okay, so that's why we need to select the cost center here. Okay, account assignment as a cost center. And if you can go and check for the item category, we can select it as a D. D is for the service procurement. Okay, if you can see the D here. Okay, so whatever the PO quantity, I can just keep as only one here. Okay, so plant we need to enter, storage locations we need to enter. Okay, once you can enter. So system is asking you for the material group. Why? Because we don't maintain any kind of a material, correct? So that's why you need to enter the material group manually here. Okay, 007 is a group for the service. Okay, I'm just going to select. So whatever you want, you can just select it. Okay, once you can enter the material group, system is going to open up the service tab here. Okay, before this, we don't keeping the item category as a D. So this service tab is not come. Okay, so this is the difference between the service procurement process. Okay, once you can enter the D item category, so into the item overview, services and limits are come here. Okay, so first of all, we can go for the services. Okay, so whatever the service we have created right now, if you want to add, we can just enter the service number here. Okay, if we can go and see the drop down list. Okay, so what are the services are we have maintained here. Okay, service, standard servicing, catalog, hierarchy, wage, standard servicing. Let's see, it's working or not. So whatever the services till date yes, in the system have created, so all the services, okay, floor damp, wiping, floor sweeping, so machine repairing, it will become here or not. Okay, so these are the machine maintenance, machine repairing. Okay, so this is the service which you have right now maintained, correct? So if you want to select it, you can select it and you can mention there. Okay, so right now I'm not going to select that service number. I can just directly enter as a short text. Okay, so under the general services, which kind of a servicing I am going to do here, I am just going to do the changing of lights. Okay, so how many quantities? So the quantity of changing of lights we have done for the what we can say 50. Okay, so unit of measurement is a each. So price for the each is we are going to put here as a what we can say 100 rupees here. Okay, so after entering the amount, system is asking for you what GL account here. Okay, so what is the GL account we are going to use? So we are going to use the GL account as a 417. Okay, so this is the GL code which is I am going to use for the service procurement. Okay, so you can also use this. Okay, I will keep a screenshot of this, and the cost center is a same here. Okay, I can just keep a screenshot for this. This is the GL code and cost center, which you can refer also. So first of all, you need to D for the services, and for this service, you need to put the GL code and cost center. Okay. Once this will be entered, press enter. Okay, so one services you have created. Okay, so second which I need to maintain, so painting of shop floor. Okay, so how many shop floors? I have the 10 shop floors. Okay, I'm just keeping as a 10 quantity for each. So how many rupees? So 1000 rupees each I'm going to pay for the that shop floor. Okay, and lastly I'm going to do the housekeeping. Okay, housekeeping I'm going to do for the 5 quantity. Okay, and for the housekeeping, how many? So I'm just going to pay the 200 rupees only. Okay, instead of 200, I can just put as a 500. Okay, so this is the quantity, and this is the services which we are going to comes under the general service. Okay, so this is the main service. Whatever the amount we have right now added here, so it will be comes under the this service. Okay, once I can enter all these things, system is asking for me the each and every services. You need to enter the GL code and a cost center. Okay, so first we have entered, second also we have done. So right now we are entering for the third line item. Okay, this is the way you can manage or enter the each and every separate services under the general service. Okay, so this price is coming from where? So whatever the total is here of this all 50 into this 100, I mean 1000 into the 10,000. Okay. And this is 500 into 5, 2,500. Okay. So this is the overall cost will be come into the picture here. Okay. So please be on mute. Use on the camera, please. Praveen Patil. Okay. So yeah, this is the service which I have maintained here. Okay. So anyone knows? So what are the types of the services into the service here? There are the two types, correct? Anyone knows? Hello? I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the types of the services?
I just,
No idea, ma'am.
I know, but I'm not getting it now to tell.
Okay.
Direct, indirect.
No, that not indirect, direct. Okay. So there are
I
the
mean,
two types of the
if there is
services.
any emergency service at the time of service entry, also
That
you
is
can
called as a
go and
planned
add.
services and unplanned services, correct?
Yeah, sorry.
So there are the two types of the services which we can manage. Okay. So this is the plan, correct? So this changing of the light, yes, I know. Painting of the shop floor, this is I know. Okay. Housekeeping also I know. But sometimes what happened during the work or during the labors are working, so that time the unplanned services will become okay. During the machine maintenance, you can definitely getting the unplanned services. Okay. So once you can open the machine, correct? So that time some bearings will be break, some V belts are not working, some gearboxes break. So that's why that time you can just add that unplanned services. Okay. So for this, I'm just also adding the some kind of a unplanned services into the this purchase order here. Okay. So for that, how we can manage? Okay. So these three all are the planned services. Okay. But for the unplanned services, I'm going to put the limits here. Okay. So if we can go for the limits, so SAP has given the provision here. Okay. So how many limits you can extend into the unplanned services? Okay. So if I can put as a what I can say, I can put a 5,000 rupees here. Okay. Expected value say I'm also putting the 5,000. Okay. So anyone means what is the overall limits? Why SAP has given this provision?
That is for the unplanned services.
What's the meaning? Actual meaning?
Within the range.
I mean, other than whatever the 17,500, you can make use of 5,000 for the unplanned services.
Correct, definitely. Okay, not more than 5,000, you cannot use. Okay, if you can more than 5,000, definitely system is showing you the error. Okay, we will see that how we are going to manage these activities. Okay, if the unplanned services, we can add more than the 5,000. Okay, so let's see how the system will be behave. Okay, once you can enter this amount, once again, system is asking you the GL code and cost center. Okay, because on which account it need to be debited. Okay, so that's why this is the unplanned services. Okay, so depends on the your requirement, you can put as okay. If you want to the no limits, so you can check this box also. Okay, so right now I'm just putting as a 5,000 overall limit. Okay, just check the purchase order, so no any error into the purchase order, and we are going to save the PO here. Okay, please be on mute, no disturbing the call. Yeah. Okay, so this is the purchase order service PO we have created here. Okay, so what's the next step then?
Service entry.
Okay, so let's see what is the T code for that.
ML81N.
Okay, so after the service purchase order, okay, if we can go for the GR also, let's see. Okay, how system will be behave for that. Okay, if we can go for the go and doing the goods receipt, is it possible?
No, not here.
What system is showing here? Okay, no goods receipt will be possible for the purchase order. Okay, because we have put the item category as a service. Okay, whenever you are putting the item category as a service as a D, definitely system is only asking you to enter the service entry sheet only. Okay, so where it will becomes, it will becomes again the service entry sheet here. Okay, so ML81 is a T code to maintain the service entry sheet here. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, so this is the screen which is going to be open once you can enter the service entry sheet here. Okay, click on the other purchase order, keep your PO number here. So which one is our PO number? 389. Okay, so 389 we can enter here. This is our latest purchase order number. Okay. So once you can enter the PO number, click on the create entry sheet. Okay. And just keep it here. Click on the create option. Once you can enter your purchase order number here. Okay. Click on the create. Once you can click on the create. Okay, so system is asking you the what is the short text. Okay, so I'm just mentioning as a general service. You can mention as per your request. Okay, once you can enter the short text, then here you need to click on the service selection here. Okay, I can just keep the screenshot of this also. So you need to enter the short text, then you can go for the service selection here. Okay, once you can click on the service selection, you can click on the adopt full quantity. Okay, so step by step I can just keep the each and every screenshot so you can easily understand. Okay, click on the checkbox of the adopt full quantity. Okay, depends how many you are going to the service entry sheet. Okay, full adopt quantity, click on the checkbox, then all are getting or not. This is the symbol. Okay, once you can click on this, system is taking the whatever the planned purchase order. Okay, system is not taking any unplanned services right now, correct? So whatever the PO we have created under the general services, so changing of the lights, painting of the shop floors and housekeeping and all. Okay, if you can just select it and click on the services there. Okay, these 3 line items you need to select it then click on the services here. Okay, so right now this is the planned services. Okay, so if you can see how to check which is the planned and which is the unplanned, so here is a column. Okay, this is the planned services. Why this is coming? Because we have the these are the services which we are going to do, but how we can add the unplanned services here? Anyone knows? Okay, so this is the column of the unplanned.
You have to mention you.
Yeah, this is the unplanned services here. Okay, so directly I can keep as a enter the text short text here. Okay, okay, so don't worry. So if I forget here to add the unplanned service. Okay, so this is comes. I don't know about they are also taking the transportation charges of their labors. Okay, so transportation charges I'm just going to add here. Okay, transportation charges of the labors. Okay, so how the 1 times they are going to keep. Okay, and these are the each. Okay, so how many transportation charges? So limit we have put as a 5,000 rupees, correct? So if I can enter that limit as a 5,001, okay, how the system will be here? Check it. What system is showing? No overall limit of 5,000 will be unplanned services exist. Okay, correct? Why? Why the system is showing the error?
Because you kept the limit as 5K.
Correct. So if I can only enter the 5,000, then system will be taking automatically. Okay. So right now that checkbox is coming here, correct? Unplanned services for the last one, correct? Clear? Any doubts in the plan unplanned services? This is the way how you can manage the plan and unplanned services. Okay. Clear all of you? Vajit, your voice is not very low. It's audible, but very low. Can you take your mic properly? Hello?
Now I'm audible.
Yes, audible. Yes. Ask.
So without taking that service code, how that it works? Like we need that service code, service number.
Not required. Now, where we enter the service code anywhere, not required.
Okay. Means without that also.
Yeah, definitely. Without service and service master also you can maintain, no issues.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this is the plan which we have maintained during the creation of the purchase order, and the last one is a unplanned services, okay, which is for the transportation charges. Okay, so instead of the 5,000, I can just keep as a 2,000 rupees for this. Okay, just entering it. Once we can enter all these things, click on the flag accept. Okay, so this service interest, it will be going to be accepted. Okay, so once you can accept, it will be the accepted. Once you can enter all these things, I can just keep an unplanned services screenshot also. You can understand easily. Okay, this is the unplanned which we have added later here. Correct, then you can click on the save option. Okay, once you can save this, so here also you're getting the service entry sheet will be saved. Okay, this is the service entry sheet will be posted. Okay, and it will be shown as a acceptance document number. Okay, so this is your entry sheet number, and this is your purchase order number for which you have done the service entry sheet. Okay, so this is the way how we are going to manage the service procurement processes. Okay, so if you want to do the less quantity, whatever the 50, okay, so I forget to change this. Okay, instead of the 50 also, you can do the less. Okay, no worries about, like a GR also we are doing now. So we are creating the purchase order for the 100 quantity, and we are receiving the 25 only. Correct, so this is the way also you can manage the services also. Okay, so monthly you can manage the services. You are going to create the purchase order for the only 1 year, and monthly you are going to manage. Okay, so that time only you can add the services as per your requirement there. Okay, you can just reduce the quantity as well there. Okay, I forget to add that scenario here, but no worries, you can check it. Okay, right now this service entry sheet will be accepted here. Okay, so here we don't require any kind of a GR. Okay, if you can go and check the purchase order history, so the GR will be automatically going to be posted. Okay, if you can go and see, this is our purchase order. Okay, if you can go for the services. Okay, so these are the services what we have mentioned here. And if you can go for the limits, so anyone knows what is the difference? It will be shown here. So actual limit, what we have consumed, 2,000 rupees already we have consumed. Correct, the 3,000 already we have the remaining cost. Okay, so later also we can use that as a unplanned services. Okay, by referring this purchase order number. Okay, and if you can go for the purchase order history, so it will be showing you what is showing. It's showing the service entry sheet number also, as well as the GR. Okay, so GR will be automatically going to be posted. Okay, in a backend. So there are some settings to do how the automatically GR going to be posted for the service entry sheet. Okay, so that we can see later. Okay, if you can go and click on the, okay, I can just keep this screenshot also, so you can just check the purchase order history after the service entry sheet. Okay, so goods receipt is going to be automatically posted in a backend for the service entry sheet there. Okay, and if you want to check the accounting entries, you can go on the GR part. Okay, so this is the document which is automatically going to be created. Okay, for the cost center, this is the GL code which we have mentioned. Okay, so 101 moment will be done for this service entry sheet. Okay, this is the PO, this is the vendor account assignment category what we have mentioned. Okay, so we can go for the accounting entries of the service or GR. Click on the accounting documents. So these are the accounting documents will be dated here. Okay, this is the purchase service for which we have done service entry sheet here. Okay, purchase service. Okay, all are clear till? Okay, if you want to see the status of your service entry sheet and all, the same path you need to follow there. Okay, so here if you want to go for the list analysis also, you can see a list of the services. We are going to see the plan and actual comparison. Okay, so ME2S is a T code to check the whatever the services till that you have created. Okay, so I can just remove the vendor also and the service number also. I can just keep as a TP10 and plant. Okay, and then going to execute. Okay, so whatever the services till that you have maintained here, or service intensity you have maintained. Okay, so anyone knows the difference between this, why this is showing as a red and why this is showing as a green? This is our recently created service, correct? General services, housekeeping, changing of the lighting, painting of the shop floors, correct? Transportation charges. So what is this? Settle value, correct? What is meant by settle value?
Is this invoice posting?
Correct. So this is related to the invoice posting. Okay. So all these we have posted the invoice. Okay. But for this, we have not posted any kind of invoices. Correct. So that's why it will be showing as a red here. Okay. This is the balance. You need to settle the amount of this service entry sheet. Okay. This is the 2000 which we have unplanned. Okay. And all other the plans 50-50, 10 and 5 we have done. Okay. If I can show you the difference. Okay, here if you can see here. Okay, so this is the service of the laptop. Okay, so we have created the PO for the 5 quantity of refurbishing of the laptop and spare parts. Okay, but I have only used from that as a 3. Okay, so for that 3 only we are going to pay here. Okay, so clear your instead of the full servicing. So one by one we are going to do the service entry sheet. Okay, until and unless so that PO will be not going to consume. So you can do the entering the service entry sheet of multiple times there. Okay, so if I can just refer this PO number also, I can post the service entry sheet for the remaining 2 quantities here also. Okay, so here also you can see for the 10 laptops I have maintained the PO, but only 5 I have created the service entry sheet. Okay, so suddenly no any vendors is going to do the overall servicing, correct? But step by step he is going to come and doing the servicing of each and everything. Okay, so that is also you need to practice. Okay, so right now the last step is remaining, which is for the invoice posting here. Okay, so for the invoice posting we can do the same process of the mirror. Okay, so where we can do the or posting the invoices. Okay, you can just keep a date, enter the PO number, which is our 389. Just enter it. Okay, so whatever the amount 19,500 rupees will be come into the picture here. Okay, so again someone have changed the tax procedure. Again, we need to post the invoice. Enter the PO number, and here the amount is called as a 19,500. Okay, why? Because 2,000 rupees we have added the more, correct? You can select the tax for the invoice posting is normally same. Okay, balance the amount. Okay, click on the simulate. Now rolling the tax code. Post the invoice. Okay, the process of the invoice posting is a same, no problem. Okay, so document is going to be posted here, correct? So if you want to go and check for this, the purchase order history, or if you want to see the report of the service entry sheet also, you can go here. Okay, once again you can go for the ME2S, execute the service entry sheet report. Okay, this is the general services. Clear? Right now this is turned into the green. Okay, because we have settled the amount. Are you getting? So right now the invoice versus whatever the settlement amount, it will be turned into the green only here. Okay, this is the way how you are going to manage the service procurement here. Okay, These are like any doubts, anyone? If you again go for the purchase order history also, so it will be going to store the whatever the invoice purchase order history. Okay, so service entry sheet, invoice receipt, and goods receipt. Okay, so this is the very simple how you are going to manage the any kind of the services into your organization. Okay, sometimes in the manufacturing sectors you have some kind of the repairings, machine maintenance, painting, housekeeping, canteen services, correct? So labor charges, security payment, and all, correct? That all are the services, correct? Security payment is also comes under the service, correct?
Yeah.
So that is also you can manage it that way. Okay, so whatever the payments of your security, then in most of the organizations, so as what we can say, they are also making the AMCs, correct? So IT services also, for that they are going to create the annual maintenance contract. Okay, so for that time also you are going to create the service entry sheet for that. So IT services, correct? So it will becomes suddenly, correct, any kind of IT issues and all. So that time you need to give the payment to that vendor. Okay, so that time also we are going to create the service entry sheet of all that kind of the services. Okay, where only the labor charges and all that you need to pay. Okay, there is no need to create any kind of material master and all. Okay, if you want to maintain the service master, you can maintain it, and you can just refer that service number. You can put into the service number here, and you can enter the things, whatever the quantity and all. System is going to take the short text from your service master only. Okay, so this is the way how you can manage the overall process of the service procurement process here. Okay,